Hello everybody, and welcome to another Kept Play, and Happy New Year! Uh, Last time we did part 4, this is gonna be part 5 of Killzone Shadowfall. Let me see if I can lower this music. Does the music need to be that overbearing? Maybe you guys can hear it better than, but like for me, like I'm wearing headphones and it's like all I hear. I think 50% is the lowest I can put it, or else it goes back up. Alright. What's this? Let me see if I can do this. No, I guess that's fine. Alright. But, yeah, it's end of the year. I was just busy, you know, it was with Christmas and, New Year's and just getting in touch with family and friends and, running around and all that, so haven't had much time to stream, to continue our Killzone stream, but I figured today I will get right back at it. I don't know what I'm doing. All I know is that last time we're undercover as a refugee, as a Helghast refugee. I guess that means I don't know what that means. But we're going undercover after the attack on our Vectin soil. Guess I'll go this way. Did I not do this already, or I don't know. I feel like this is not where I left off, but I'm pretty sure it is at the same time. My feelings on this game right now, after having played it since like 2013, 2014 when it released as a launch title, I'm remembering how solid the game is, how smooth it is, and that as a first-person shooter, like a first-party first-person shooter for Sony, and one of the last Killzone games, it's not as bad as it was critically received, I don't think. Like, it's not, like, I'll admit, it's not, like, as engaging to me as other Sony games. But it does pique my interest a bit. It is fun to play. How's it going, Pebble Pig? Happy New Year! Where am I going? I guess I'm going down this way? Okay, I think this is the part I did last time. Like the last part I did last time. Anything new, gaming-wise? This guy almost... Oh, he set off the alarm. Yeah, a lot of people think 2021 is going to be like this new safe haven, just because we like a day passed from 2020 to 2021, that all of a sudden, like, horrible shit's not going to happen, and that things aren't just going to continue. I mean, obviously, I hope things get better, but, I thought I was dead for a second there. Well, that's cool. Final Fantasy VII Remake. One of the Game of the Year nominations. Or at least one of the most talked about games of the year, I'd say. I've been playing Ghost of Tsushima, which I got for Christmas. Oh, so I'm guessing your brother has a PS5 then? Which I do not have yet. now that Christmas has passed and I know that nobody actually gave it to me as a gift, I am on the hunt for a PS5. Oh, the PS4 version, okay. But at the same time, I'm in no rush because I'm having a lot of fun with Ghost of Tsushima. Okay. Ghost of Tsushima is very, like, I'm honestly very impressed with it. I'm glad that I didn't sleep on the game, and I'm glad I didn't get it like as soon as it came out because I would have still been feeling the impact of Last of Us 2 because it came a month after The Last of Us 2, so I would have still been finishing up that game, and I would have been still kind of reeling from um, the effect that game had on me. And just thinking about it and reflecting on it, and I don't think I would have appreciated Ghost of Tsushima as much, and it would have been too overwhelming to jump into a game that big right away after playing such another big Sony first-party game. Oh, beautiful! It's always a treat to platinum a game in in a good amount of time after having gotten it. But Ghost, I'm loving it. Like I can't believe I almost didn't pick this game up. Like I was always on the fence, and I've talked about it on this channel, but I'm absolutely in love with this game right now, and I was not expecting that. And what I like about it too is that it does things I've never seen like open world games really do, or at least games that I've never played. Like for instance, I like if you put a nav point on the map, the nav point doesn't show up on the game. Like when you go back to the game, they'll have like come on. They'll basically have like the world direct you where to go. Like they'll have the wind blow the grass, um, or like birds fly in a certain direction, or animals will guide you in certain directions. Like I love how they use the world to kind of like immerse you into to kind of direct you where you're going, and I find it's just so much more immersive because it's as if you like it's like driving to a new place you've never been to without using GPS. That's what it feels like. It feels like just like the character knows where he's going, so therefore I know where I'm going. I've never been anywhere in like the open world of Tsushima before, so like I just love how all I had to do is like follow the wind, and it's so subtle. Like I think we talked about the Game Awards last time. No, or was it before the Game Awards on my last stream? Because I know Ghost of Tsushima won Player's Vote of the Year, and then Last of Us 2 won Game of the Year, which honestly I have no problem with. Also, Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1+2 won the sports racing category, which is exactly what Crash Team Racing won, the same category Crash Team Racing won in last year. I need like a health. And I like Ghost of Tsushima too because just like God of War, like I was not familiar with Norse mythology, but God of War was a nice like kind of window into that kind of education of that lore. It's in the same way that I feel like I'm learning about feudal Japan with Ghost of Tsushima. So I love how well researched it is, and how much attention to detail went to that game. Yeah, I heard that Doom got kind of. I mean, they didn't. I mean, at least Doom got nominated, which obviously that would have been more of a crime, I think, if it wasn't even acknowledged. But yeah, I don't think it picked up any awards, right?
If you're half as good as
Yeah.
he says you are, you'll be listening to this. I had to move. Your little incident on the train has made everyone a tad nervous. Don't left you my coordinates.
I have to find Zeus's safe house. That's what I have to do. Yeah, I still have yet to play Doom. I still think I actually might pick those games up right before, after I finish up Ghost. But, yeah, from what I've heard from a lot of people I follow, those games are nothing to sneeze at for 2020. Come on. I feel like no matter what I do, I'm getting shot at. I heard that. Uh, I never played that game back in the day, but that's, I mean, that's good for Xbox. Oh yeah, wasn't that who was revealed at the Game Awards for Smash Bros?
Watch your firing!
Honestly, the Game Awards was kind of in terms of like announcements for stuff like someone who like I don't have Smash, so like it doesn't really you know, it doesn't really get me that excited about who's being announced. I don't have a Nintendo Switch, but I mean, I'm glad that for those people who are excited, like I'm glad that that Smash is still delivering when it comes to these awesome reveals. But for me, like it it really wasn't much that really caught my attention in terms of announcements from what I remember. I'm trying to think, like, yeah, I can't think of anything. Like, I just remember when the Game Awards ended, I was like, yeah, alright. But I am glad that, um,
Let this serve as a lesson to us all, that we are answerable for our actions. We must live with their consequences, good or bad.
where the hell am I going? Oh, this one. I forgot what I was gonna say, but I guess I'm just glad that the games that I was playing for 2020 got recognized whether they were nominated or not, or nominated or won. That is, yeah, and that's to be expected. Honestly, I think the backlash against The Last of Us 2's um like the amount of criticism that game got and how controversial it was made out to be by fans and non-fans alike. Um, I think that actually helped it get more accolades. Like I think whenever like an award show is aware that a lot of people were kind of like against things because of like something that was, that has like some kind of social issue to it, like uh like a female character being included, or like the hate that was going that Laura Bailey, the actress, got, or the inclusion of like a trans character or whatever. I feel like the backlash that got for that mm, might have helped it win, because the awards needed to probably felt like they needed to like compensate for the toxicity and the negativity that the game was getting, even though it was at the same time being hailed as like a very great game, which I think is I think it's a great game. Like I don't really buy into like like the politics of it when it comes to everyone getting mad about what was included or what was done. Like obviously yes, like I can understand if someone was upset with what happened to one of our main characters, but I think the game made such a big splash in terms of controversy that it was hard not to for it to like just sweep up so much stuff in terms of awards recognition. So where the hell am I going? But man, I love Ghost right now. I'm so glad I got that game, and it's so like it's impressing me. It's not because the last like open world game that I really played, other than like here's the two last like I guess for PlayStation's open world games were Death Stranding and Days Gone. And Days Gone, obviously, it's a good game, but it had a lot of glitches. It had a lot of like it wasn't really the most fleshed out story. Like it wasn't like this like big in depth thing. Even like the open world mechanics, they were really like the fighting against hordes was cool, but like that and unique. But other than that, like it wasn't like blowing me away that much. I guess it was cool though. And I also love how you had to always be aware of like the gas in your bike, and like kind of like treat your bike as like a second character to yourself, almost like Red Dead's horse. Like the way you had to take care of it and customize it and like kind of like soup it up and all that. That was interesting. But yeah, the game was just like compare that game to say Red Dead, then yeah, Red Dead is like the better game in my opinion. And Death Stranding was an experimental open world game where you're not necessarily there's not like a part of that game is about like you there's not much to do, or there's not much to interact with, because the game is supposed to have this sense of like isolation, and you're not really supposed to really be enjoying the open world, like the outside world, because you're dealing against like these like interdimensional like uh beings that are trying to kill you. And Days Gone is the same way. Days Gone's like always like everything in that world is trying to kill you. So like when I'm playing Ghost, it's such a breath of fresh air, because for once it's not like yeah, like it's about the Mongol invasion against Japan, but you can get into like a duel or a sword fight and get into like a fights with people, but really the game it has more like a spirituality side to it, and it's about like embracing that nature and like there's so many times like I like how like you're like honoring shrines, and like you're playing your flute to change the weather, and like you're composing haikus. It's like so peaceful, yet it's not like it's still a game that like you are fighting people, and but like it's not like you can still enjoy the the actual world at the same time. And it's not like it feels more tor- it feels a little bit more fleshed out in my opinion than Horizon Zero Dawn in a way. Obviously Horizon Zero Dawn has kind of like this unique like machine mechanic thing where you're fighting all these like creatures that are like very much like like animals and stuff. Almost has like a Jurassic Park feel to it. And that was very unique to that game. But in my opinion, like compared, like Ghost of Tsushima is the closest thing to I think to Red Dead in terms of a very fleshed out world with a lot of stuff to do that I wasn't expecting because like after hearing like say like games like Cyberpunk being this big hyped up uh game where you know it's going to be this crazy like kind of almost next gen type open world game or whatever, and then seeing that kind of flop because of how the development went with that, uh, especially since that game's more meant to be a PC game. Um, I'm just. It's almost like I forgot what it's like when a game actually turns out great and it actually lives up to what it promises, and that's what Ghost of Tsushima does for me. Yeah, I honestly like I have a friend who he plays the PC version, so like he's probably having a better time with it than console players, obviously. But there's still a lot of problems with it. That game was definitely not meant to be. I don't think it was meant to be like a current gen console game. And I think I think CD Projekt Red knew that and kind of worried about it later. Worried about like the port, I guess, or whatever the development of the console versions later, and focus more on the PC. But yeah, no, they had and they gave refunds. Where am I going? But you know what? I wasn't really like honestly, if that game can turn itself around like No Man's Sky did, or I'm trying to think of that other game that I think like Rainbow Six Siege had a similar problem, and it turned itself around and ended up being like a very critically acclaimed game. Uh, then I'll wait and see what happens with that. But in the meantime, I was just never really excited about Cyberpunk. Like, I think it's cool. I think the aesthetic is cool. I think the idea is cool. But like, I was just never blown away by things I saw. How do I get down there? Oh, I think there's a thing right here. Yeah, if I'm gonna get on console, I'm definitely waiting for PS5. Just the same way I'm gonna wait for Control, which Control doesn't have the same terrible issues. It was just like more of like a frame rate issue that I think it might have even patched by now on the PS4. But I just want to play it safe and do it on PS5. And my God, like I'm not like I said, I'm not in a rush to get the PS5 because I'm still very much enjoying Ghost. But
We are answerable for our actions.
I'm still on the lookout
Live
for
with their
them. I'm
consequences.
looking at like Target and Best Buy, and honestly, I can't I can't find this thing at all. I guess I'm waiting for a restock, but
and help rid your neighborhood of undesirables. Live
I kind of like the I think this is the first console.
I'm looking for Zeus.
Name!
Kellen.
This way. Move!
I think I found our Zeus man.
What's he got on you? Sinclair. He's gotta have something, right? You here? What? You think you're special? Didn't you know? I'm special too, man. We all are.
Cut the shit. Where is he?
Hey, easy. Come here. You see that tower? Your boy Terran's holed up at the bottom. You need to take a container down into the canyon. I'm telling you, it's messed up down there. You go in, you're not getting out. You know they're coming for me. There's a tracking database up at that platform. If you destroy it, I might have a chance to get away. You owe me.
I'll see what I can do.
That's all I've got. Take what you want.
Yeah, this guy's a not a happy Hellgas guy. All right, guess we'll go this way.
All areas of life.
over here. Update control. Control. Talon 2-6. We just located that missing patrol.
Communicate with caution, the enemy is close. At the end of Last of Us 1, if you were in Joel's position, what would you do?
Truth?
Huh.
You can't even see what's going on under your nose?
Honestly, I think it's different for me because for Joel to be in his position, he had to be who he was. And he killed a lot of people to get to the Fireflies. And I don't think I would have had it in me to be that type of... Even though, like, it's a...
Oh, no, there. No. They're in here.
Even though like the last of Us molds you into that type of person, like that world, like where it's like 20 years later into that post-apocalypse, and you've probably had, if you're surviving, you have to fight and you have to kill people if needed, like, or if that's what it comes to, especially in the extreme conditions that that world kind of like went direction it went in terms of like society and everything. But if it was me and it was my daughter or my sister or, you know, a family member, and the Fireflies were going kind of like not being forthcoming about what's going on, and they were withholding information, that they were just going to kind of just kill my loved one for the hope of a vaccine, like of a cure or vaccine or whatever. I mean, we've been like a year into a pandemic already. I can't imagine. I wouldn't buy the whole story that, oh, like there's some miracle host like Ellie who's the only person in the world who's like this. Honestly, yes, they could have made strides to come closer to a cure and kind of come back to normalcy, but I don't think I would, not at that cost of losing someone's life, especially when they're being killed without their knowledge, and you know, like the Fireflies are thought of as these like noble kind of crusaders, and they're doing this all for the better good, but it's just at what cost though, and at what means? Like the ends doesn't justify the means, and I think they're just as bad as, like, don't get me wrong, Joel is not, he's definitely a more badass guy and he's done more terrible shit, and I don't think I would have been able to go through with killing the doctors and killing Marlene and all that. Like, I think that's very, like, you can say that on paper, yeah, okay, I'm gonna kill them over to save my family or whatever, but I think when you're actually in that situation, you don't even know what you're capable of. And Joel is definitely capable of that because we followed him throughout that whole game, killing people, and that's what he's always been capable of. But that's my English paper essay, I guess, answer. But I think I agree with Joel. I think that guy just died. All right. I lean more towards Joel's side on that one. But it's the way then he lies to Ellie afterwards. I don't think I would do that. I think I would have been upfront with her. Okay, how do I use... There we go. You would fight your way through. That's the thing, like, I mean, I would do anything I could. Honestly, I think I would fight my way through, but I don't think I would succeed like Joel did. Because I have no... Because if it was me just being thrown to that situation, I don't think I would have been able to make it a make it to the operating table in time or be able to do it without dying or whatever. But I think I would try to do whatever I can to stop it, even if it meant me getting killed for it. Because at that point, what else is there to live for? So, yeah, Joel did get lucky. But the thing, did he get lucky or did he cross enough lines to the point where luck wasn't really a factor? Like, you know what I mean? Like, he went and he basically like crossed like a moral line in order to like I don't think they were expecting to get like completely mowed down by this guy, um, because it would have been totally up. It's like completely against the MO of like a hunter or like a bandit or any of like the bad guys or like enemy guys you come across in the game. Nobody, I don't think the Fireflies ever anticipated that someone would go like balls to the wall to try to kill the entire place, not because they were trying to like steal supplies or something or some bullshit like everyday like thing that they probably know how to combat or be prepared for. But I don't think they were expecting someone to be on the inside and just mowing down the hospital trying to get to him, trying to get to Ellie. But that's just me. I honestly don't know what the hell is going on in this game.
Got legs. My hands shake.
Is this to do with the attack on that?
See, the guy I'm playing as now, he's pretty, his moral compass is a little off as well, I'd say. Even though I don't think this is a game that really delves into morality as much. The fact that you just knifed someone in front of all those people, like just innocent, I don't know, I guess I'm saving them, but whatever. Find Tyron in New Helgen and eliminate him. Descend into Containment City. Optional. Erase Zeus's name. Whoa! I think I'm supposed to be being stealthy, and I'm not. Alright. I think I need to be a little bit more... I have to be a little bit more strategic. I think I'm supposed to be stealthing around, but I'm not sure. God. I was trying to throw a grenade, but apparently I have C4. Come on.
We're unarmed.
Oh my god.
We're still alive.
Oh, damn it. There are 3 movies and 7 TV shows in production based on PlayStation games. Yeah, that's a lot. Like, I feel like this generation especially has turned a lot of entertainment executives' heads in terms of stories that can be done in games, and now they want to cash in on that. In other mediums, whether it's movies or TV shows. It's interesting because I mean, Sony really is just like on a roll when it comes to their story, their narrative-based games. God damn it. Maybe I should stealth through here the next time. I doubt they're chasing me through this vent right now. I have a feeling that the Hellcats don't want to crouch. Hopefully. Okay, this is where I was.
Enemy below! Moving! Face the fire! Man down! Hey, you go get out of there!
Come on. These shield guys that really are giving me the most trouble.
Hold on! Stay alert! Feel the fire! Check your fire!
These Hellgas really like to flank you. They have no problem ambushing you. Oh my god.
Fall back to previous area!
Come on.
Reform!
Okay, I think we got most of them.
Citizen,
Oh, I think I'm supposed to avoid this
in
camera.
spite of your mistakes, we have always hoped for your return. Today, our hopes were answered.
Can I
Our
get through?
warriors will work hard to reintegrate
Can I shoot this
any
camera?
sacrifices that are required to save
Got one up! I'm re-engaging!
Oh, come on, come on, come on, come on! Don't tell me I have to do that all over again. I'm forgetting how... This game is not the run and gun game I thought it was. Please tell me... Come on! I don't want to do this anymore. I don't know if I would though, because I already I'm actually at 40 hours into Ghost of Tsushima right now, and I wouldn't do it midway through. I would want to do it from the beginning, and the only reason I'm not streaming it as a blind play is because I kind of just want to enjoy it without having to see this kind of like format of like the on-air screen and everything. Like, it's a game I kind of just like want to let it sink in, rather than you know what I mean? I don't know if I'm making sense.
Enemy contact, one hostile! Bounding movement! Cover me! Delta, spearhead!
But I honestly, I kind of wish I could in some way. I do know it has a online co-op mode. Maybe I can do that after the game's done.
Hold on. Almost done. Come on!
Alright. Can I get up here without any trouble now?
Now on, you work hard, reintegrate, make the sacrifices that are required to lift us forward. In all areas of life, you will succeed. At home and at work,
There!
you will make us proud. The state of you comes
Alright, come on, come on, come on.
First thing, we need to get you below. Make your way over to the lodge tower. Stop one of the scarabs. You can ride it down into the canyon.
Okie dokie. Stealthy, stealthy. Okay. See, now this feels like a nice little stealth section, whereas the...
Get up!
Oh shit. We got a man down over here!
I have a man down over here!
Alright. Huh, that was funny, Ragdoll. But honestly, I don't blame people for considering Ghost of Tsushima as Game of the Year now. Like, I totally get it. That it doesn't have to be this impressive technical feat that The Last of Us 2 is. Like, Ghost of Tsushima is technically great, but it doesn't try to... Like, it's still... It knows how to be a great game without... kind of being this big cinematic experience at the same time, even though the main story is that. But I like the game. It's like a mix of like Uncharted climbing and swords play, which is a lot of like kind of has like a God of War-ness to it. I like how the skill tree works, where say like in Red Dead, like you had like that honor meter where you can be like if you do more good things, you'll be more honorable. If you do more bad things, you'll be dishonorable. They have the same thing here, but it's more about.
Zeus, this is 1-8. Do you read me?
It's like less about.
Come in.
Come
Over.
on. Just let this guy talk. Okay. It's less about like killing people or not killing people, or like, you know, trying to be good or bad. It's more about honoring your actual samurai code, which is like, you know, you're not supposed to like go around backstabbing people and like, or like stealthing around or throwing explosives and bombs, because like this is like during a time when like gunpowder from like the Mongolian Empire was like, you know, they had that weapon advancement where they had gunpowder and explosives and the like. But so as they invade your like land, you're kind of like forced to like experiment with this new warfare, but at the same time you're a samurai and you have a code and honor and stuff like that. So but like what I like is like with the skill tree is like you can build your skills so that you're more that you'll follow that code of like a samurai more, or you could like go and be like the what they call the ghost, and like your ghost weapons and stuff like that, which is basically like all like the dirty weapons, I guess, for you know, like the taboo weapons or whatever, and you can be like a dishonorable person or whatever. But it's like you get to choose that by doing it in the skill tree, whereas in Red Dead it was just kind of like you choose not to kill people or loot civilians or whatever, even though like you're kind of an outlaw criminal anyway. Like, so I just like how this one works better. Now thinking about it, Ghost of Tsushima should have won. Last of Us 2 is more of a movie than a game. Well, I mean, I wouldn't say like Last of Us 2 is like a an experience. How like I wouldn't say it's like a movie experience that you're like it's not like an interactive movie, but it's definitely a more linear game that has cinematic elements to it, I guess. But yeah, in terms of a game, I think Ghost of Tsushima is more that than maybe The Last of Us 2. Because, I mean, The Last of Us 2 would have, like, combat sections, but then you're doing all this, like, crafting and, like, you know, just exploring and kind of meandering and kind of reflecting on things and stuff like that. Or, I mean, this game, you're doing the same thing. Like, you're crafting new weapons and all that, but I feel like it's much more balanced in a way from my experience so far. Instead of like, oh, okay, now we're in the combat section. I mean, yeah, even when you're in a combat section, you're still collecting things. Like, I don't know, there's something about Ghost that's less stressful to me. Uh, where it's like, oh, I'm in this section of the game and I have to like, you know, climb this rock and you know what I mean, like that tediousness. Not to say The Last of Us 2 is tedious or whatever, but like I know you mean where you're playing a game like that that's just going in one direction, whereas Ghost, it's more it's going in one direction, but it's also kind of freeing. I mean, but I guess that's the genre of an open world game that kind of gives it that edge, but I don't think an open world game versus a linear narrative focused game is like I don't think one's better than the other. I think it's just like what I don't know. It's called the Game Awards. Where am I going? I feel like I get stuck on a thought and then like I realize I'm not even necessarily where I'm supposed to be. How the hell did I get over there? To press a button or something? Oh, I think I have to go to this middle part? I don't know. Because yeah, in terms of a game, I would have picked Tony Hawk over Last of Us 2, in my opinion. Because that game was a great game to just jump into and have fun, and but Ghost is pretty much that too for me right now. Come on, where'd I go? I hate like the design of this game is weird. I'm just trying to get to my... I hope I have a save point at some point. Oh, I think I can use my... Oh, okay. My bad. I forgot that I have, like, actual tools that can make me do things. Okay. I'm kind of like there's supposed to be in every level there's supposed to be collectibles like voice recorders and stuff like that in these games and like kind of artifacts to read and stuff, but I haven't come across anything really. I'm not like trying to collect things. I'm not trying to go for 100% at all. Like I'm just trying to get through these levels, but I'm surprised I actually haven't even come across one collectible. I think there's supposed to be like comic books too and stuff like that and quirky little things to collect. What's going on in here? What did I just walk in on? You know, give me this. I feel like I'm in close quarters combat right now.
We lived in Lekton for years and did nothing wrong. We assimilated, we worked hard, we did everything you asked from us, and for what? How did you ever thank us? How? Not helping. What did you ever do to help us? This man's a Lekton murderer. He shouldn't be here. Stop it!
I didn't do anything.
This man is brought before you today because he has taken something. Something that didn't belong to him.
Oh no, I better save him.
Steal, brother. You... Up on the gangway. Fire.
Slow us down!
I just stole everyone's innocence by traumatizing them. No, watch out! No, don't die! Oh, that guy died. No! That's gotta hurt. That guy just decided not to kill me, I guess. I don't know.
I'm re-engaging. Shoot it down.
Alright, I gotta be smart.
Got a man down. Get him out of there.
But what games are you enjoying the most out of your new games? Between Sackboy, Spider-Man, and what was the third game you said?
Set in the defense perimeter.
I did play a little CTR with my sister over break, over Christmas, which was nice. It was refreshing to do, not... It was refreshing to do... Oh yeah, that's right, Final Fantasy VII Remake. Yeah, I'm like 40 hours into Ghost, and I'm just, like... They went so fast. Like, that's how... Like, usually 40 hours into a game, that's a lot. But it felt like nothing for me. Like, that's how much fun it is for me. Sackboy is already, but the movement is too slow. Huh. I feel like Sackboy would be a fun co-op game.
I have information for you, Marshal. Or should I say, Kellen? Yes, I know who you are. Thanks for the greed of your fellow victims, it was not difficult to come across your file. Your life. It explains a lot about you. A sorry little orphan.
But I was gonna say, yeah, I was playing CTR, and it was just like a breath of fresh air to play that game without having to work for any new collectibles or anything. Like the grind that I went through, I actually forgot that the game is actually great on its own. It's fun on its own without... Now that I've distanced myself from the hell I went through trying to grind and get everything.
It's no easy task, but I assume you took the cowardly route and came in with the traitors. Thrown out by your government. More audacious.
Radio confirmed. She's heading this way. Stand.
Yeah, Miles Morales just seemed like what Lost Legacy was to Uncharted 4. It was meant to be DLC, but then it just became like kind of a more ambitious project and just became its own smaller game. That's what I imagine it's like. With maybe some refinements to it. Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't exhaust yourself with what you're you know, trying to pick one over the other. Just enjoy them. Cuz it sounds like it's a blast to just like the collection of games on its own. It's just a blast to play. All right, I don't know necessarily what I'm doing, but I'm hoping I'm coming to kind of a checkpoint or ending to the level. Yeah, but it's DLC, but you could still get like the physical version, which is what Lost Legacy was to Uncharted 4, which was also DLC. But you could also get the physical version as its own game. Alright, you know what? Oh my god. I'm gonna stop this here, because I don't know where this is going, and I feel like I already hit a checkpoint that I can easily get back to, for next time. But I'm gonna call it here. Pulpa Pig, it's been a pleasure talking to you and catching up. I know it's been a while, just been busy with end of the year holiday stuff, I guess, and but yes, in the meantime, for anyone who comes across this channel, please take it upon yourself to, if you so happen to want to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will catch you guys next time. In the meantime, stay healthy, keep a clear head, and keep on gaming. And I'll catch you guys next time, which I've said 3 times now, but I always just mess up these ending things because I just want to. I honestly would rather keep playing, but anyway, let's end it here. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Whoop.